Good morning, students. Saira, welcome to this session. We have come to the last part of the third lesson, life processes in living organisms, part 2. Okay, we have learnt about asexual reproduction in unicellular organisms, in multicellular organisms. Then we learnt about sexual reproduction in plants. Then we learnt about sexual reproduction in animals. About human, we learned human reproductive part, and we learnt about menstruation. Everything we have finished. We have come to the last part of the lesson, of the lesson number 3, life processes in living organisms. Okay, now let us see today reproduction and modern technology. So we are going to see what modern technology and how it is useful in reproduction. Okay, see, many couples cannot have children due to various reasons. This we all know. Even after marriage of 10 years or 12 years also, some of the couples will not have children, and the reason most of for the women, it will be due to obstruction, irregularity in menstrual cycle, difficulty in oocyte production. We learnt all these obstacles in the oviduct, or difficulties in plantation in uterus, and many other reasons. Okay, so these are some of the reasons for which the women will not have child. Even in the male, there will be some problems like absence of sperm in the semen, absence of sperms, then slow movement of the sperms, then anomalies means abnormality in the sperms are the reason the case of male. So in the male also, there will be some of the reasons due to which the couple will not be able to conceive. But now with the help of advanced medical technique like IVF, surrogacy, sperm bank, etc., the childless couple can have a child. So we are going to learn about the modern technology, which by using this modern technology, even the childless couple can have a child. So let us learn about all this in detail. What is meant by IVF? IVF means in vitro fertilization. What is the meaning of this in vitro fertilization? The abbreviation is IVF. So when we tell IVF, we have to know what it is. In this technique, fertilization is brought about in the test tube. Okay, it is not inside the mother's womb. The fertilization takes place in the test tube, and the embryo formed is implanted in uterus of woman at the appropriate time. So the sperms and oocyte is fertilized in a test tube, and that embryos form that is implanted into the mother at the appropriate time. So IVF technique is used for having the child in the case of those childless couples who have problem in less sperm count, obstacle in oviduct, etc. So when the couple have the female has obstruction in the oviduct, and when the male has less sperm count, this method is done, that is in vitro. That means the fertilization is done in the test tube, and the embryo formed is implanted in the mother's womb after the certain time. Okay, this is called as in vitro fertilization, where the fertilization takes place in a test tube. That you have to remember. Okay, outside, not inside the mother's womb, it is outside in a test tube, and after that the embryo which is formed is implanted in the uterus of the woman. Okay, next we will come to the method called surrogacy. This you might be have seen in some of the serials or of pictures. Okay, this is now it has become common. It is called as surrogacy. What is surrogacy? You can see the childless couple and another lady, another woman is involved in this method. Okay, so the couple who doesn't have child they can go to this person, to this lady who is a surrogate mother. We'll see what it is. See, so what is surrogacy means? Some women have problem in the implantation of embryo in the uterus, so they cannot. You see, within 1 or 2 months, when the embryo is formed, there will be miscarriage. That means the embryo will not stay in the uterus. There will be problem in the implantation. So such women can take the help of the modern remedial technique called surrogacy. So when there is problem in carrying the child in the uterus, So implantation, it will not stay in the uterus, it will come out. So that time they can use this method called surrogacy. In this method, what happens is oocyte is collected from the ovary of the woman having the problem in implantation. Of that mother, the oocyte is the egg, that is the oocyte is taken where in the problem implantation in uterus. This oocyte is fertilized with the help of the sperm collected from her husband. So the oocyte is taken and it is fertilized in the test tube, that is IVF method is done. So the egg is taken, the oocyte is taken, and the sperm of the husband is taken and it is fertilized in a test tube, and the embryo which is formed after such fertilization is implanted in the uterus of some other woman, not of the same mother. So the oocyte of the mother of the childless couple is taken, and the sperm of her husband itself is taken, and it is fertilized in the test tube, and the embryo which is formed is not implanted into her womb uterus, it is implanted into other woman having normal uterus. Such a woman in whose uterus the embryo is implanted is called as the surrogate mother. So she will carry the baby for 9 months, and after delivery she will give the child to that couple. So the oocyte and the sperm of her husband only is taken, and it is fertilized, and that embryo which is formed, that is implanted to another woman who is ready to, who is willingly, who is accepting. Okay, to all will not accept this. So that a mother will carry this baby. After delivery she will give it to the couple. Okay, she is called as a surrogate mother. Okay, now let us see the next one, which is the sperm bank. Most all of us would have heard about the blood bank, isn't it? This is similar, or semen bank or sperm bank. It is similar to the blood bank. See, I'll just what is it? I'll tell you. There are various problems in sperm production, as mentioned. We know. Okay, the sperm count will be low. There will be less. Sometimes the movement will be slow. So there will be some problem in sperm production. In case of many men, as they have to have children, in case of such couple, new concept of sperm bank has been introduced. This is a new concept like blood bank. So this concept is similar to blood bank. So what is this actually? Semen ejaculated by the desired men is collected after their thorough physical and medical checkup and stored in the sperm bank. So from healthy person, those who are willing to donate their sperms, that is taken and it is stored in the sperm bank. Okay, it is like the blood bank, only from they after thorough checkup only this sperm will be those are donors. There will be many donors who are willing to donate their sperms, and it is kept in the sperm bank. And as per the wish of needy couple, oocyte of woman of the concerned couple is fertilized by IVF technique using the semen from sperm bank. So if the male partner is not able to produce proper sperms and the problem is with the male, so from the sperm bank they will use that sperm, and that is used to fertilize the oocyte of the mother. The resultant embryo is implanted in the uterus of the same. So after fertilization, that embryo that is implanted into the same woman. So name of the semen donor is strictly kept secret as per the law. So those who donate the sperm, they will not openly tell it out. It is kept a secret. When the woman who is having a problem, the male who is having a problem can get the sperms from which are very fertile, they can use the sperms to fertilize the oocyte, and that after fertilization it is implanted into the same woman, and after that she can conceive and she can give birth to a child. So these are the three we have learned. What are the three? Surrogacy, IVF method, as well as sperm bank. Now coming to the next, we are going to learn is about the twins. So there are we are going to see there are two types of twins. How the twins are born, that also we have to learn. Okay. See how twins are born. You all know, we have seen many twins. Some are identical, some are not identical, some are two genders will be same, some one boy and one girl. We'll see why. Some are joined. Have you many of you can see some parts of the body are joined. Okay, so we'll see how this twins are born. So two embryos develop simultaneously in the same uterus, and thus two offsprings are delivered simultaneously. So when two embryos develop simultaneously in the same uterus, so one after the other, two children are delivered. So such offsprings are called as twins. Many couples have twins. There are two main types of twins. One is monozygotic twins and dizygotic. We'll see what are monozygotic and dizygotic twins. So when the two embryos develop simultaneously in the same uterus, and the two children are formed in the same one uterus of the mother, we call it as twins. There are two types. What are they? Monozygotic and dizygotic. So we'll see now what are monozygotic. Monozygotic twins are formed from single embryo during early period of embryonic development, that is within 8 days of the zygote formation. So within, when the zygote is formed within 8 days, if the embryo divides into two, then this monozygotic twins will be formed. So when the zygote, you all know, one zygote is formed, they will within 8 days of the formation of the zygote, if they divide into two groups, then this the two groups develop, okay, into separate embryos. So when they develop, when the single embryo divides into two within 8 days of embryonic development of the zygote formation, then the two separate embryos will be formed, and thus monozygotic twins are formed. Okay, so such twins are genetically exactly similar to each other, due to which such twins are exactly similar to their appearance, and their gender is also same. So both will be boys or both will be girls, because one zygote has divided into two. Okay, so within 8 days of zygote formation, if the one embryo is divided into two, then you will get monozygotic twins. Okay, in case of monozygotic twins, if the embryonic cells are divided in two groups after 8 days, so within 8 days means you will get no problem with the children, both will look identical within 8 days if the zygote is divided. With after 8 days of zygote formation, if they divide, there is high possibility of formation of conjoined twins. That means there some parts of the body will be joined with each other, either the hand or stomach or some parts of the body will be joined. Such twins are born with some parts of the body joined to each other. Some organs are common in such twins. Okay, some organs will be common. So there will be sometimes only one heart. So they will not survive. In that case, they will not survive. So some parts of the body will be joined. That means when the zygote is divided after 8 days of, if it is divided into two groups after 8 days of zygote formation. Okay, so there will be conjoined, that is Siamese twins, that means they will be joined. So occasionally, sometimes how the dizygotic, will see, occasionally two oocytes are released. Sometimes, this is very rare case. Sometimes what happens, instead of one oocyte getting we saw in menstrual cycle, how every month one oocyte is released from the mother, okay, from the female. So sometimes, occasionally, two oocytes are released from the ovary of women, and both oocytes are fertilized by two separate sperms. So many sperms are reaching the ovary. In that, two sperms unite with the two oocytes and two separate sperms, and thus two zygotes are formed. Two separate zygotes are formed. So two embryos are formed from those two zygotes. From both those embryos are separately implanted in the uterus, and thus dizygotic twins are formed after complete development. Such twins are genetically different and may be same or different in gender. So they might not look similar. When two oocytes are released and two separate sperms they unite and two embryos are formed, they are called as dizygotic and they are delivered together, but they need not be, gender need not be same, as well as even they may not look identical also. So this is called as dizygotic twins. So understood monozygotic. So within 8 days, if the embryo of the zygote divides into two groups, you will get monozygotic. But after 8 days, if they divide into two, they will have possibility of sticking together. That means conjoined. They will have some parts of the body might get stuck to each other, and they mostly will not survive. In the oocyte, when dizygotic means the two oocytes are fertilized by two different sperms, and then two embryos are formed in that is two inside the uterus, and they need not look identical, as well as the gender need not be same. Both need not be boys, or both, it can be one boy, one girl. Anyhow, it can come out. Understood monozygotic and dizygotic? The last part we will see is the reproductive health. This is very simple. So we all know we have to have a proper healthy habits. So person's state of being, physical, mental and social strongness is called as health. In our country, there seems to be lack of awareness regarding reproductive health due to reasons like social customs, traditions, illiteracy, and shyness also. So some problems are due to this, and especially there seems indifference towards the reproductive health of women. So we all know women has got long different problems like menstruation, menstrual cycle. So every month, so her genital organs should be kept very clean, because there is possibility of infection. Occurrence of menstrual cycle is related with reproduction and overall health of women. Nowadays, women are working in par with men. So we all know nowadays even women are working. So due to this, they have to stay outdoors for whole day. Bleeding occurs during menstrual cycle. Due to this, private organs, that is genitals, need to be maintained clean time to time. Otherwise, problems regarding reproductive health may arise. So we have to keep the genital organs, that is the private organs, very clean, because if there is infection, it can cause infections. Some problems regarding reproductive health may arise in men also. In men also, there can be, it is essential to maintain the cleanliness of their genitals. So it is very essential to keep their private organs very clean. Okay. Among the various sexual diseases, you all know some of the diseases are transmitted even sexually. So among the various sexual diseases, syphilis and gonorrhea occur on large scale. So there are two diseases which are very large scale, which is transmitted, which is syphilis and gonorrhea. Both of these diseases are caused by bacteria. Occurrence of patches on various parts of the body, including genitals, rash, fever, inflammation of joints, alopecia, etc., are the symptoms of syphilis. So many other rashes, you will get pus formation, rashes, fever, all these are due to syphilis. And painful and burning sensation during urination, oozing out of pus through penis and vagina, inflammation of urinary tract, anus, throat, eyes are the symptoms of gonorrhea. So these two diseases are transmitted sexually. So by keeping the private organs clean time to time, this all the sexual the many other complications can be avoided. Okay. So this lesson is completed, children. We will revise the same lesson again. I will revise in next video. I will revise because we have learned this long back, because there was a break with the unit test. I will revise the lesson again. Once again, in short, I will revise the full lesson, and then we will go to the next lesson. Hope you all understood, children. Okay, till we meet. Bye bye. Thank you, children.